Okay, so another fun fact about me is that even though I'm an ex-con, even though I'm a felon, not all of us, not inmates, not convicts, hate the cops, hate the police. They have a job to do, and sometimes it's really rough dealing with some of the people that society has tucked away. And some of these people have been tucked away for a reason. Don't get me wrong, some of my best friends and myself, are all considered good people by many, and some of us are just people at the end of the day that made mistakes. However, on the other end of that is the people that definitely belong there, and you can tell. And I used to tell people while I was in prison that, I think that the world is a better and safer place with you in here, and I can sleep sound knowing that you're right next to me as opposed to being out in the world. So, with that being said, this is the story of a guy who quit his job as a prison transportation guard in the middle of a route with four other prisoners among him. It takes a lot to deal with inmates sometimes, and probably driving from state to state. So what I can conclude is that he definitely probably had a mental breakdown. They probably antagonized the shit out of him. But without further ado, let's get into it and see what they have to say.
Middle of a trip, but instead of dropping off the inmates, he refuses to stop and takes the inmates with him.
Yeah, and that led to a wild traffic stop along I-40 in Iredell County. Officials say that contracted van and driver were taking four prisoners from the New York area down to Florida.
WBTV's Ron Lee
Of course, it's Florida.
into what happened. Who's live in Hickory right now, where this contract company has an office. Ron.
Hey guys, well, these contract companies do this all the time. It's just something that needs to be done, transporting prisoners from one state to another. This time around was very different, where the prison guard who was driving missed his stop and just kept on going.
I've never heard of anything like that.
Iredell County Sheriff Darren Campbell tells me what happened in his county is anywhere from extremely rare to downright unheard of.
He really wasn't too cooperative with us, so we don't exactly know why he decided to take this route.
Many law enforcement agencies contract out with third-party vendors like St. Joseph's Detention Center. It's an
I didn't realize there were that many third-party prison transportation.
Local resources. That's what was supposed to be happening on Tuesday, as 21-year-old guard Joshua Pinkett was behind the wheel taking four prisoners from the Northeast to Georgia and Florida. But the group
Now you're on the other side of the fucking fence, buddy.
Apparently the driver decided he was going to quit his job but just not return inmates.
Another guard inside the transport van texted the company telling them what was happening and that they missed their scheduled stop,
Which in turn contacted us.
Deputies caught up to the van along I-40 near Statesville and were able to pull the driver over. He's charged with several counts of kidnapping the inmates. I was able to track down the company at the center of all this. They've actually got a branch satellite office right here in downtown Hickory at this strip mall, right in between the tattoo parlor and the massage place. While no one was in when I stopped by, I did speak with a manager from the company by phone. He tells me the driver had been ruthlessly harassed by one of the prisoners during the trip and had suffered some type of mental episode before going rogue. The good news is no one got hurt
Told you.
during the ordeal.
Their inmates were a little overdue by about a day, some to 2 days.
Now, the sheriff tells me the driver does remain behind bars tonight with no bond available. I also did, again, talk to that contract company, and the owners say that they are not planning on filing any charges in this case. From Iredell County, I'm Ron Lee, WBT.
Now, I wonder if this grants the four kidnapped inmates in custody any sort of leeway, whether that opens the door for a lawsuit or mistreatment, or if some of them don't have anything pending that's too severe, if they can file to fucking get out or get some time taken off their sentence. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Drop it down.